Hi guys, so today I'm doing a video for you guys because you guys are awesome and I love you guys obviously because you guys are signed up for my emailing list and I love everybody, but I think I love you guys just a smidge bit more because you're signed up. So today we're talking about reading with purpose on my blog, The Happy Arkansan, because this is a topic that is really important to me and I think that it should be important to every single person who goes to college or goes to graduate school, because professors, and I know that you guys feel this way, and probably one day I'll be a professor who's the exact same way, but it's like professors feel like you're the only class they have to study for, and yeah. But I think that students kind of get that mixed and confused because professors don't expect you to read everything. Do they expect you to read with purpose and try to get through everything? Yes. But do they expect you to read every single thing? No. That would be... If they expect you to read everything, they would not give you the amount of reading that they do every week. So you, as a student, have to understand what is skimming. But who talks about skimming? Not the professors. They kind of expect you to already know it. So I really wanted to do that article on the blog because that's the article I wish I had when I was in school. Because I didn't know anything about skimming and how to do it efficiently and how to, go through each part and see, okay, this is what this part explains, this is what this part explains, and maybe I don't need to understand the future limitations right now because it's not really pertinent to my topic. So I had no idea that these parts exist. Well, I had the idea that these parts existed, but how do I go about skimming each part? Because each part is different. And purposeful reading is really important. So sitting down and saying, okay, I know that I'm reading this article to do a reflection essay. I'm reading this article to take notes. I'm reading this article for my literature review of a potential research paper. So having all those pieces and parts and knowing exactly why you're studying what you're studying is so important when it comes to purposeful reading. And when it comes to article skimming, because if you don't know why you're reading, skimming an article, you might skim it, but you might not skim it to the best of your ability because you don't know what you're skimming for. So I feel like skimming an article is an art form that's perfected over time. And it might not ever be perfected, actually. It might always just be enough. So I definitely have I am tired school, basically, in skimming last semester. Because honestly, up until last semester, I always went throughout my life trying to avoid reading in college. And trying to get by on my smarts in class. So, common sense, whatever the teacher says. But, once you're in a class when you have, 3 students, or 4 students, 5 students, 6 students, 10 students tops, it's really difficult to get by on the professor and what they say because the professor expects you to talk. So I cannot come to class without having at least skimmed things and expect to get by for the entire class. It's not going to work. The professor's going to ask me a question. I'm going to look dumb because I didn't read. And things are going to down spiral from there. Because in school, I'll be honest, I used to just do a thing called latching on to things. So at that time, the professor said something I understand, so I'm going to raise my hand right here. But that doesn't always work in graduate school when you have a class of 10 people and you're like, okay, the professor's going to call on me eventually, and I don't have nothing to say. So how can I make sure that I don't have this embarrassing experience where I'm at a loss for words and I don't know how to help the professor or say anything when the professor asks a question to the class? So those moments are still going to happen when you skim, but you'll be a lot more prepared to at least attempt or to tackle a question, even if you don't know the exact answer. So skimming is so important when it comes to that because the professors, they know you have a limited amount of time. I can't read 200 pages a week. I mean, if you're Mindy Kaling and you write this book, and you write my sociology book, I'd be like, heck yeah, Mindy Kaling, love her. Let me just read everything. I read last semester, I read Mindy Kaling's new book in a weekend. And last semester, I was also reading books on books on books for my theory class. Could not finish really a single one because they were a little boring to me, and it was really hard, and it's really just material on how to read it. So it was really hard for me to read any of those books all the way through. I love me some sociology, but it comes a time and it comes a place. And they know, they've been in the same exact place you have been, and they have skimmed just about as much as you have. Skimming for me is important also because I'm not going to use every single thing I read. Even if I read every single thing, I would probably forget it because when I have a bad memory, I can't remember everything and just keep it in my memory. So it's there's not a literal good point in me understanding to the fullest extent every single thing I read in class. So I'm not going to use it. Honestly, I'm probably not. I have a very specific type of sociology that I'm interested in. I'm interested in learning about protests and social movements, and I'm interested in learning about race. And so when things fall outside of that, there's really no point and purpose in me sitting through each of these readings from start to finish and trying to remember them so that I can write about them. It doesn't make sense for me to waste my time like that. So I know that you want to be the star student, you want to be the A student, but even the A students do this. So don't worry and think that they just have so much more time than you. They just know this skimming thing better. Because I can tell you that they are not sitting through every single thing and reading it from start to finish. I know they're not. Not even the most genius would sit through and do that. It just doesn't make sense. So don't feel like skimming is something that is dirty and then no one does. Everyone skims. I promise you this. And so learning to hone your craft so that you can skim the best that you can and in a way that gets you the results that you want, whether that's a C, a B, an A, that's what you need to focus on because reading and running yourself ragged, trying to keep up with all of the readings that your professors may give you is difficult and it's hard, and that will set you up for failure because you're not going to be able to sustain that. So that's kind of my journey and my talk on that. And obviously the blog has a lot of detail. It's about 2,000 words of just straight up detail about the different parts of an article. And I really wanted to do a book eventually in the future and how to skim a book with purpose. But I think article skimming is a craft that you might need to focus on more than book skimming, although both are really important. And I'm also still trying to hone my craft enough to tell you about book skimming because it's really difficult for me too. So I'm still learning these things and I wish I had known them sooner. And so that's why I'm trying to give you guys the tools you need for success in skimming and knowing that it's not a dirty S word. Skimming is skimming and it's practical, and even in your craft, in your major, skimming is practical because you just can't know every single thing and every single article that your professors want you to know from start to finish. It doesn't make sense. So I hope that this helps you guys out and you start using this S word, this skimming, because it's going to help you so much more than reading from start to finish ever would. And skimming and reading with purpose is going to help you truly benefit from all things your major and truly understand and truly be able to help you with your academic plans, because let's be honest, you're going to use every aspect of chemistry. You're going to use every aspect of sociology or math or all of these things. And so honing in and helping those articles ease ease out or easily read is the best thing that you can do for your major. So I appreciate you guys for sticking with me. I know it's a very long video, and I hope that this pep talk about skimming will help you learn skimming and learn how to read with intent. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love ya.